Hey, what's up, everybody? Hobo Mackie here, drinking me a little beer. Got me this at the gas station down the road. I've been out exploring all day. Honestly, that's all I've been doing. It's just exploring South Florida, and I think I'm in a pretty cool spot right now. Totally surrounded by some thick ass woods. I'm on a trail out in Collier, Seminole State Forest. I got rained on pretty hardcore today. I don't know if it's going to happen again, but uh, it's December and there's not very many places you can get poured on wearing cotton clothes and then be okay. But I'm obviously about as far south as you can get in this country, and just fine. Everything's fine. I mean, the rain, if anything, probably helps. Cools me off a little bit. It's hot and humid otherwise. But yeah, just having fun. Just keep on walking down this trail, and we'll see what we see. These yellow markings on the trees. That's how I know I'm still on the trail. Supposedly, there's a camp out here. Like on the map, it showed a camp. I think I passed that camp, if there is a camp. So, I might have missed it, or I'm not even sure. Getting a little bit swampy in here. So it's kind of giving you guys kind of, like I haven't been through here, so I don't know what to expect. So you guys kind of are exploring with me, I guess. I just don't know how often people go through here, because this trail does not seem very well beaten down at all. If you can't tell, I mean, this is the trail, but I can see the mark on the tree there, so I'm still on it. And there is a trail. It's more like a deer trail than any kind of human trail, but I'm telling you, this is really awesome, though. Get yourself a few beers and go out in the woods and get lost. I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know how people come through here very often. I mean, because this right here is totally in the way of the trail, and the only way to get around it, there's no way to get around it. I mean, you have to kick it down. So that tells me that nobody ever uses this trail. That's what it tells me. All right, up on the log. I don't hear a thing but birds. I just love coming out to places like this. There's enough of a trail where I know I'm not getting lost. Oh, it kind of opened up. I think this plant right here is a pickerel weed. I think that has some edible qualities. I just ran into some ground cherries, which are basically wild tomatillos, and ate me a few of those, and they were pretty darn delicious. But I can see, I thought there was a camp somewhere, and I was really honestly trying to find that camp. I was just curious because I was just wondering what kind of camp is out here in the middle of these woods. But you told like they made a trail. I mean, they saw off these logs. So there's a trail. I guess people just don't come out here often. I do know there's somebody else out here, or somewhere. There's a car. They kind of passed by me when I was fishing. And so there's people, there's one vehicle out here, so there's somebody out here. I don't know if it's multiple people or just that one person or what. But yeah. Okay. Actually, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I see a yellow marker. Just following those yellow markers. The thing is, there was supposed to be a left turn where there's a camp out here. So I've been looking for that camp, and I don't see it. I think I must have passed it, because I've gone pretty good long ways down this trail. It's taken care of a little bit. Like I said, that there's a couple trees solid, but then there's some that aren't, like this, you know. So I don't know how often. Oh, there it is. I found it. That's awesome. This is what I was looking for. Campsite, almost a half mile down. Registered campers only, no water. I found it. That's awesome. So the trail sort of splits. You can see a yellow marker there and a yellow marker there. So that's awesome. We're gonna figure out this camp here. I am very curious. So I guess there's some blue marker on this tree, but I see yellow as well coming up. So I don't know what the blue marker's about. Yeah, I think we're going to turn this into a video here. You guys are going to see what this camp's all about. I mean, all it just says is it's a camp. I mean, no water. Who needs water when you got some beers? So, should be good. Actually, I do have some water in my backpack. I mean, I've been walking quite a long way, and I honestly thought that I must have missed the camp. But, so my whole goal is to find this camp, and then I'm going back. But I'm also just looking for wildlife. I have saw my first bear about a week ago. I always like a little sketched out by these trees like this, because it just feels like a trap. As soon as I go under it, like a deadfall. Okay. But yeah, I just see my first bear. Beautiful, beautiful bear. Nice black coat. Skinny. Not like unhealthy, like fit skinny. I don't think these Florida black bears need to get fat. I think they're year-round bears. But he was very healthy looking, stood straight up in the middle of the road. I was bicycling down the road, and he looked at me, and then he kind of went back down on all fours and ran into the woods. I have no idea how often people come to this camp. I really don't see that many people out here. I think most of them, they're not coming up into this trail very often. .4 miles is a pretty good ways as far as walking. But this will be interesting. I mean, I wonder if there's a fire pit or... I mean, you can camp anywhere. Like, you don't need... But it's just interesting when there's a camp on the map. And so I just wonder, like, what's there? I mean, what makes it a camp? Maybe there's a picnic table. I highly doubt it. Probably just like a little opening, and it's like camp. Like, I don't know. See, like, nobody could probably go through here that often with these trees in the way. Oh, little grasshopper there. Those are not the kind you want to eat. Getting a little wet and swampy. I mean, it did rain pretty good. Gotta get through this. One thing is I have a fishing pole hanging off the back of my pack, so that gets caught up sometimes. It's just, I'm holding the beer, I'm holding the phone. There we go. This is actually cool as fuck. Seriously. Because I just love being in places. It's like nobody comes back here, but yet it's a trail. And we have a goal in mind. And so, you know, like, anybody can go on like a trail that's like wide and real taken care of, you know, but you never feel any kind of sense of accomplishment. Whereas this is kind of like a real trail, you know. It's like you can tell nobody comes back here very often, and you know, this isn't a trail that you take grandma on, you know? So this is, I mean, it's totally blocked. Nobody could have come through here in a long time. So, you kind of feel like an explorer, yet, you know, it's not, you're not totally off the beaten path. You're still somewhat grounded in reality here, and it's totally flagged, so I feel comfortable, like I know I'm gonna be able to get back. This is gonna be a long video. You know, if a snake gets me, a snake gets me. I'm kind of just closing my eyes and going. I do have that mentality. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. Period. I think whatever it is, you can call it God, you can call it Mother Nature, whatever you want to call it. When your time's up, your time's up. And, I just don't care anymore. I mean, I'm going to live my life, there's nothing I would rather do more than what I'm doing right now. When I was a little kid, I'd come home covered in mud from head to toe. My parents, they weren't that strict or nothing, so they just let me go, whatever. They knew that I was fairly smart and they weren't too concerned. And I remember like the babysitter would even be like, "Is he okay just taking off like that?" And they didn't, I wasn't an idiot kid or nothing. I've got pretty good instincts. So, it just reminds me of those days. And they say kind of like, it just brings me back to my youth. And when you think about, it's like being young is a mentality, and if you think you're young, your body will actually be young. It won't age as much. I mean, it's just sort of a theory. Deepak Chopra, spiritual guide. Nice little opening in here. He kind of talks about that in his books that I've read. Is where if you think you're young, just thinking it, it kind of keeps you young. It's kind of like a placebo effect. I've always wondered what these berries are. If anybody knows, let me know. Those are the berries that I see in bear scat all over the place. So the bears feed on those. I mean, there's a ton of them. They kind of have like a white inside. If I pick one and crush it. Okay, that one's not showing it. Hold up. Alright, so this one actually has like a reddish inside. So, I'm wrong, never mind. But if anybody knows what that is, let me know. They smell pretty decent. There's a ton of them. I'm pretty sure this is what the blackbeards feed on, is those berries, because that's what their scat looks like. It looks like those all mashed up. Oh, speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. So I'm definitely in blackbear territory. Man, this is freaking awesome. Maybe it's just because I've had a few beers, but I'm pretty sure it's a combination of the two. I feel like we got to be getting close. I don't know why I put the camera on me now. Just guess to change it up. Just can't imagine what the explorers must have thought about Florida, I mean, just look at this place. It's just wild. little propane tank. Looks like another piece of metal there. I wonder if this is the camp. You can start seeing a propane tank. And the trail just sort of stops. Okay, hold up. I don't want to get lost. But I think this is the camp. I don't see any more trail. So let's back up. You can see the yellow marker there. Unless I took a wrong turn. So this is the trail going back, and here's the yellow marker. And then I mean, this is definitely the trail. I'm staying on the trail. And then, well, you know what? Let's see, maybe through here. Seems like there's more trail. So I'm looking for yellow markers. I think that's the camp. This is sort of a trail, but the thing is, I don't see any more yellow markers. I think that was it. Not much to speak of other than a rotten propane tank. Want to make sure. I don't want to feel like I got gypped here.